don't care what the world think, don't do nothing they doing. Christ said they was gon' hate as soon as you became a new man. I just wanna keep his laws, I just wanna keep his laws, I just wanna keep his laws, I just wanna keep his laws. I don't care what the world think, don't do nothing they doing. Christ said they was gon' hate as soon as you became a new man. I just wanna keep his laws, I just wanna keep his laws, I just wanna keep his laws, I just wanna keep it laws, I just wanna keep it laws. Obedience to love of God. 1 John 5:3. The scripture said it ain't hard. I renewed my mind and learned the lies I was taught. Yeah, my light gon' shine, no darkness, no doubt. Read Romans 12:2. Yeah, that's how King walk. I'm more than ready to die. I done took the sting out. My heart is so clean now. Yeah, I done got the beam out. I deliver the word of truth. I ain't serving bean pies on my own understanding. Yeah, you know I lean out. I'm friends up, I got tassels on when I hit the scene now. I remember getting high, faithfully twisting a lie. Now it's no drugs, I fiend for spiritual things now. I don't care what the world thinks, don't do nothing they doing. Christ said they was gon' hate as soon as you became a new man. I just wanna keep his laws, I just wanna keep his laws, I just wanna keep his laws, I just wanna keep his laws. I don't care what the world thinks, don't do nothing they doing. Christ said they was gon' hate as soon as you became a new man. I just wanna keep it loud, I just wanna keep it loud, I just wanna keep it loud, I just wanna keep it loud. I don't hang no more, I don't slang no more, I don't set claim no more, I ain't the same, oh no. I used to pull kick those, give me my Debo, don't cross the line, free throw. My tolerance was zero, but now I'm keeping these laws. I adhere to the Lord, red skill with the sword, chop false doctrine yet Lord. You wanna be victorious, send your life around Torah. Take heed to the prophets, for judge and destroy you. Y'all really think it's sweet? I promise God ain't sleep. Read Sirach Chapter 5 in the GNT. Yeah, the Lord show mercy, but he tired of you playing. Instead of giving him your all, you just do what you can. I don't care what the world thinks, don't do nothing they doing. Christ said they was gon' hate as soon as you became a new man. I just wanna keep his laws, I just wanna keep his laws, I just wanna keep his laws, I just wanna keep his laws. I don't care what the world thinks, don't do nothing they doing. Christ said they was gon' hate as soon as you became a new man. I just wanna keep it loud, I just wanna keep it loud, I just wanna keep it loud, I just wanna keep it loud. Block on the beat, bro, Depot. It's our birthright, not Esau. Hard at the follow, but 2.0 a beast, though. Yeah, they in our land, but I'm boy in the least, though. What's up with all that posing? Fake Jews, they some imposters. Racist patrilineal, see, don't come from your mama. How many lies y'all propagate? I mean, it's too many doctrines. I'm about to spaz on these devils, they can't stop it. Gon' get everything they deserve, cause y'all watching. Yeah, how wish I gon' pop out and show heathens. The number one boogeyman, he the one that up the score with him. Walk him down whole time, he planning on destroying them. Exploiting them, exposing, mopping the flow with them. Say Jake, the other nation's done. The ones that don't get destroyed gon' serve us. To any Jake still with them, cause they in love, you gon' have to pick a side when the race wars come. Yeah, the Israelites be the elect, yeah, we the ones. They not like us, they not like us, they not like us. They not like us, they not like us, they not like us. Once upon a time, all of us was in chains. We still under curses, Deuteronomy 28. Harriet built the underground railroad to free the slave. Gave them artificial freedom cause we still ain't saved. My people can't get it cause my people so vain. Everybody want change, but nobody wanna change. We tell them that we Israelites, they think we insane. But they ignore all the proof cause they mastered and saved. It will prophesy the Jew supposed to dwell in peace when they return to the land. Yeah, dead war, dead war, dead war. Dead war, dead war, dead war. Look up in the sky, come the bomb from Mars. Look up in the sky, here come the bomb from Mars. Hey, 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 run for your life. Hey, 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 run for your life. Look up in the sky, here come the bomb from Mars. Look up in the sky, here come the bomb from Mars. Hey, 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 run for your life. Hey, 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 run for your life. They ain't got no soul. They ain't got no soul. They can't stay up this way, stay up that way. They can't stay up this way, stay up that way. They ain't our friend, they ain't locked in. They can't stay up this way, stay up that way. They can't stay up this way, stay up that way. Ayy, they not like us, they not like us, they not like us. They not like us, they not like us, they not like us. Gird up your loins for tribulation. 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 tribulation. Gird up your loins for tribulation. Gird up your loins for tribulation. Gird up your loins for tribulation. Hey, gird up your loins for tribulation. Gird up your loins for tribulation. Gird up your loins for tribulation. Hey, gird up your loins for tribulation. Yeah, gird up your loins for tribulation. Hey, you gon' face tribulations when you serve Yah. You persecuted for righteousness, you should feel joy. Who gets refined through fire, determine real ones. Cause you don't tip of their ears, they don't feel Yah. But never compromise salvation just to feel love. Deliver, rebuke, and reproof, now that's real love. Don't care if you don't like what I tell you, they ain't changing. If you can't receive it, then maybe he ain't dealing with you. The approval of Yahweh, what we gotta come on. And that ain't happen disregarding what he told you to do. No matter what you think, all that matters. And I'ma bear my cross with faithfulness. I die for it too. Cause in the end, I'ma get eternal life if I do. If you love the world, player, I ain't rockin' with you. If you surrender to the word, you God enemy too. These ain't my words, as an oracle, God, I'm speaking to you. Tribulation. Come on, gird up your loins for 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 tribulation. Hey, come on, gird up your loins for tribulation. Yeah, it's coming. Yeah. Prepare your spirit, you can't stop what prophesied to come. You really seeking salvation, then you gotta endure. In order for it to get better, we gotta go through the bad. Repent for your foolish dealings, don't stay stuck in those paths. It's a fight for your life, make sure your arm is intact. So we won't catch you off guard when the devil attacks. If you ain't aware the adversary, put a bat in your back. Using you to do his will, tempting you to transgress. Don't keep your mind on your Howard, then you're destined to crash. I tell my people the truth, they be ignoring the facts. I tell them come out them churches, but Christianity's crack. They be preaching lawlessness and they don't follow God's command. They heathen out. Probably he said do what I will. So they ain't following Messiah, man, they following him. We ain't get raptured out the midst, that's indoctrination. You better gird up your loins, we gotta go through tribulation. Hey, gird up your loins for tribulation. Come on, 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 gird up your loins for tribulation. Hey, come on, gird up your loins for tribulation. Yes, it's coming. Yes.
Shalom, family. One of the most important things is for us to be holy. Now, what does that mean? That means we have to separate ourselves from the world and build unity and community. Grab yourself a shirt that expresses that message, and let's not just talk about it, let's live it.
Ain't no free will, it's all predestinated. From every death to every child brought forth through copulation. From the spouse that you choose to your current occupation, you either receive mercy or Yahweh's indignation. I can recollect on times that I could have been dead. Caught lacking, no strap, I had a knife instead. Played it cool, he wanted to kill me for how I used to move. Had to match his energy, portray that I was strapped too. But inside I'm praying to God, hoping he don't shoot. Then I'm whooping, telling him my it ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. Salvation ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. Salvation ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. Yeah, many are called, but few get chosen. Matthew 22:14. My righteousness gonna exceed that of the Pharisees. Do what they. Shalom, 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 Mark, shalom, family.
Hey, shalom, Mark, shalom, family.
So first, we want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, whose name is Yahweh, and we do so by Shem Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. I'm your brother Hurt, and I have with me my brother Aaron. And tonight's lesson is Law and Order, the Balance of the People, Leviticus Chapter 3 breakdown. So all praise, honor, glory to the Most High. I pray that everyone is in good spirits and in good health. And we're thankful that the Most High has allowed all of us to be here today, because we know that no day is promised. No day is promised. So all praise to the Most High. Aki, got anything you want to add?
God, all praises to the Most High. Just like always. And peace and blessings, family. I hope everybody is well. Salute to everyone that's on the comment section, or to the people that haven't commented yet that are listening in, and also to the people that will catch the lesson on the replay or the video after we're done being live. Peace and blessings upon your households, respectively. And of course, we appreciate all of your support. We're grateful for it. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like the video. If you're on the Facebook platform, don't forget to like/heart the video. And if you have the capability, utilize the @highlight feature or the @follower feature if you're able to, and utilize the YouTube link to share. And we'll greatly appreciate it. As it was mentioned before, make sure if you're not already subscribed to the YouTube, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube and hit the bell so that you catch all of the notifications, the drops, the live lessons, so on and so forth. Make sure you remain tapped in with those things, and we greatly appreciate it once again. But I'll pass it back to you, brother.
Khan, all praise to the Most High. And y'all, this is actually should be a pretty short lesson. We're gonna go over some things that we've already went over in Leviticus chapter 1, but there's also some new things that we're gonna take a look at. So all praise to the Most High. Shalom, brother YP, sister Diamond, sister Kanaya, sister Wendy, and brother Drayson, Kings and Queens Coaching Group, and shalom to everyone else that may have not commented. Shalom to you. All praise to the Most High. Without further ado, we can get into it. And we're going to start with the first 5 verses.
God, it's the book of Genesis, chapter 3, starting at verse 1. God, and it reads, "And if his oblation be a sacrifice of peace offering, if he offer it of the herd, whether it be a male or female, he shall offer it without blemish before the Lord, and he shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering, and kill it at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron's sons, the priests, shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. And he shall offer the sacrifice of the peace offering, an offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the 2 kidneys, and and the fat that is on them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver. With the kidneys it shall he take away. And Aaron's sons shall burn it on the altar upon the burnt sacrifice, which is upon the wood that is on the fire. It is an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord."
All praises, all praises. So I have a couple of questions I'm gonna ask y'all. One of them I'm about to ask now, one I'm gonna ask in a little bit. This first question is really like a quiz question, just to make sure y'all were paying attention in chapter 1, Leviticus chapter 1. So this question is, what all was burned in the burnt offering in Leviticus chapter 1? And while I'm giving y'all a second to answer that, I'll go over these first 5 verses again that I just got through reading. And we're going to look at the things that are burnt in this peace offering. So it says, and remember that in chapter 1, that's the burnt offering. So in verse 1, it says, "And if his oblation be a sacrifice of peace offering, if he offer it of the herd, whether it be a male or female, he shall offer it without blemish before Yahweh. And he shall lay his hand upon the head to his offering, and kill it at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation." And Salaki, y'all, give me the second.
God, all praise to the Most High. Make sure y'all like the video if you haven't already, and make sure if y'all haven't, go back and check the earlier chapter breakdowns. If y'all not familiar with it, check out Leviticus 1 and also check out Leviticus 2. All of these are pertinent to be brushed up on, so that you can be aware of what's going on within the chapters. But you got it, Ken.
Salaki, appreciate you.
Okay.
So I'll start back at verse 2. "And he shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering, and kill it at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And Aaron's sons, the priest, Salakia. And Aaron's sons, the priest, shall sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. And he shall offer of the sacrifice of the peace offering an offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is on them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver, with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And Aaron's son shall burn it on the altar upon the burnt sacrifice, which is upon the wood that is on the fire. It is an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto the Lord. So there were things specified that were supposed to be burnt, which we see that's the fat, and that's also the kidneys and the fat that's on the kidneys. So all of the fat is supposed to be burnt. Now, the question I asked about what all was burnt in the burnt offerings in Leviticus chapter 1, we're just going to go to Leviticus chapter 1, and we're going to revisit this. I didn't see anyone get the answer, so we're going to revisit it. And let's go read verses 1 through 6 so we can differentiate the differences. We can compare and contrast the differences in Leviticus 1 when we're dealing with the burnt offering, and in Leviticus 3 when we're dealing with the peace offering, because these things are significant. They have a meaning and a reason.
And it's the book of Leviticus. You said 1 through 5?
Through 6.
Through 6. It's the book of Leviticus chapter 1, starting at verse 1. And the Lord called unto Moses and spake unto him out of the tabernacle of the congregation, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, If any man of you bring an offering unto the Lord, ye shall bring your offering of the cattle, even of the herd, and of the flock. If his offering be a burnt sacrifice of the herd, let him offer a male without blemish. He shall offer it of his own voluntary will at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation before the Lord. And he shall put his hand upon the head of the burnt offering, and it shall be accepted for him to make atonement for him. And he shall kill the bullock before the Lord. And the priests, Aaron's sons, shall bring the blood and sprinkle the blood round about upon the altar that is by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. And he shall flay the burnt offering and cut it into his pieces.
Khan, all praises. So what we see with this offering is everything is getting burnt. This is a burnt, that's why it's called a burnt offering. Everything gets consumed by the fire. But when we were looking at the peace offering, there were certain things that were supposed to be taken and burnt. So when dealing with the burnt offering is basically dedicating, a symbol of dedicating your life totally to the Most High. That's why all of it gets thrown into the fire. That's just like when we look at our life, we understand we commit ourselves to the Most High. We're going to have to go through fire. We're going to have to be refined through the fire. So it's symbolic of those things. These different sacrifices, they have meanings for why we're doing certain things. And we're going to look at today, why are we dealing with only the fat and the kidneys in the peace offering? So let's go back to, and if you want to make a point on this, you can before we go back to Leviticus 3.
No points, King.
And Salakia, read verse 8 and 9 also in Leviticus 1.
It's the book of Leviticus chapter 1, verse 8. And the priests, Aaron's sons, shall lay the parts, the head and the fat, in order upon the wood that is on the fire, which is upon the altar. In verse 9. But his inwards and his legs shall he wash in water, and the priest shall burn all on the altar to be a burnt sacrifice, an offering made by fire, a sweet savor unto the Lord.
Khan, and I'm just showing this so y'all can get the total picture that certain parts would have been separated, but they still would have been burnt on the altar. They wouldn't have been burnt at the same time, but they still would have been burnt on the altar. So let's go back to Leviticus chapter 3. So this is Leviticus chapter 3, and I'm just going to read verse 1. It says, and if his oblation be a sacrifice of peace offering, if he offer it of the herd, whether it be a male or female, he shall offer it without blemish before the Most High, before Yahweh. So this peace offering, whatever he chooses, whether it's cattle of the herd, male or female, it's supposed to not have a blemish. as all sacrifices. As all sacrifices we give to the Father today, spiritually and physically in our own life, the way that we give sacrifice to the Father, we're not supposed to have a blemish on it, without a stain. So I want you to grab peace offering in the Hebrew, or grab peace offering, peace, depending on how it looks on the app. It says peace offering, but I know you're on the online version, just regular online version.
This is H8002. It's Shalem, and it's a masculine noun. And usage is peace offering, requital, sacrifice for alliance or friendship, voluntary sacrifice of thanks. And the definition says properly requital, i.e., a voluntary sacrifice in thanks, peace offering.
So this peace offering is basically an invitation to the Most High for his friendship. The thing about the friendship with the Most High, the Bible outlines and defines how we actually have a friendship with the Father. We're going to look at how we're able to do this, because this is important when dealing with the peace offering in the spirit of the law. You can't just keep the law without the spirit of the law being attached to it. So it says peace offering, requital, sacrifice for alliance or friendship. And the definition, sacrifice and thanks, peace offering. Now, let's look at Isaiah 41 and verse 8.
Okay. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 41, verse 8. But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend.
So the Most High called Abraham his friend. Let's look at my friend in the Hebrew.
This is H157. It's ahav, and which is a verb, and the usage says to love. Human love for another includes family and sexual. Human appetite for objects such as food, drink, sleep, wisdom. Human love for or to God. And it says act of being a friend, lover, participle, friend, participle. God's love toward man, to individual men, to people, Israel, to righteousness. In the fall, lovely, lovable, PL, friends, lovers, to like. And the definition says to have affection for, be loved, lovely or lover, like, friend.
Right. So we understand that a friendship with the Most High, that's the most important thing you can have in this life. That's the most honorable thing you can have in this life. When the Most High considers you his friend, it's because of an action on your part. The outline of biblical usage says, one of the outline of biblical usages, and you can scroll to the top, it says human love for or to God. And it also says below that, act of being a friend. Now, I'm going to go back to this verse, because when you think with the mindset of human love for God, and you read this verse, you can read it in this manner. But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, who loved me. Because Abraham had to have love for the Most High in order for him to consider him his friend. So what we understand is seeking friendship with the Most High, it's going to demand obedience and sacrifice. And when we look at this peace offering, this is what our brothers and sisters at this time would have been walking into this covenant, wanting to have a covenant with the Most High, wanting to have an agreement with the Most High, wanting to be his friend. And they understood in order to do that, they had to be obedient. So disobedience, we just look at just the way that it's outlined that you're supposed to do this sacrifice. If you do this sacrifice incorrectly, the Most High is going to reject it in the same way, in the same form that he'll reject us if we just don't do the things he asks us to do in general, not pertaining to the sacrifice that we see in Leviticus chapter 3. And Ak, if you want to add something, you can.
No, I don't really have too much to add. I think I thought about this when you was reading it, because there's a song that it speaks about being a friend of God, and in the song they say God called them friend, but when I was looking at this particular word, because this is the word that's typically translated or rendered in English Bibles as love. So the thing is, love is abstractly defined in most cases, as far as like how people explain and talk about the Bible, but the Bible, it qualifies it expressly through keeping the commandments and actually adhering to the will of the Most High. So I kind of thought about that, because there are like thousands and millions of people, singing that they're the friend of God and God called them friend, but they're not, respecting the word of the Most High and what He actually desires of them. So I just kind of thought about that when just bringing out the point, and we was going through this word, but not much to add, King. Beautiful lesson thus far.
Khan, all praise to the Most High, all praises. And like the pin comment says, that alliance reconciliation offering is mighty. Khan, it is, because there's a understanding that they wanted to be reconciled to the Most High. That's what this offering was about. So even if someone had fell away from doing what they were supposed to do, this will be an offering. Hey, I want peace, Father. Please put me back in your good graces. I've been trying my best to do right now. I'm back on course. Please accept this offering and accept me as your friend. All praise to the Most High. So let's look back at Leviticus 3:3. And I'm going to read this again. It says, and he shall offer of the sacrifice of the peace offering, an offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards. I grab fat in Hebrew, because we want to look at the significance of fat.
God, this is Slakia. This is H2459 Kalev, and it's masculine noun. Outline of usage is fat of humans, of beasts, choices, best part, abundance, of products of land. Then it says to be fat, whether literally or figuratively, hence the richest or choice part, best, fat or fatness, finest, grease, marrow.
Con. So to the Most High, this is the best part. When it comes to a sacrifice, he wants the fat of the offering. He doesn't want us to eat the fat. But he decides that to him, this is the best part to offer up to him. He enjoys the smell. He enjoys the savor. All right, let's go to Leviticus 7, verses 23 through 25.
Okay. It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 23. Excuse me, Slakia, chapter 7, verse 23. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, ye shall eat no manner of fat of ox or of sheep or of goat, and the fat of the beast that dieth of itself, and the fat of that which is torn with beasts may be used in any other use, but ye shall in no wise eat of it. For whosoever eateth the fat of the beast, of which men offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord, even the soul that eateth it shall be cut off from his people.
So the Most High would cut you off from your people. The Most High would kill you for your disobedience for eating the fat of these beasts. This is something he didn't want us to do. but he enjoyed the savor of the fat. So this is something we just don't do in general. Even to this day, we ain't eating fat, but we're going to continue going, unless you want to add something else.
Oh, no points, King.
So we're going to look at a couple of verses that deal with the same word that we saw in Leviticus chapter 3 and verse 3 for fat. Let's look at Genesis 45 and verse 18. So we can identify this as being the best part, not just the word fat.
God. It's the book of Leviticus Genesis chapter 45, verse 18. And take your father and your households and come unto me, and I will give you the good of the land of Egypt, and ye shall eat the fat of the land.
It's the same exact word that we saw in Leviticus 3 and 3, but it's not dealing with the fat of an animal. It's dealing with the best part of the land. Shall eat the fat of the land. Let's get Numbers 18 and 29.
God, it's the book of Numbers chapter 18 and verse number 29. And it says, out of all your gifts ye shall offer every heave offering of the Lord, of all the beasts of all the best thereof, even the hollowed part thereof out of it.
The best thereof is the same word for fat that we see in Leviticus 3 and verse 3. So that goes to show us that when we see that word fat, it don't just mean the fat of an animal. It's dealing with the best part. And even when it's dealing with the fat of an animal to the Most High, that's the best part. So you're giving him your best. And this is what he wants from us. So we see this symbolically in the law with the sacrifices. And we see all throughout the Bible that the Most High wants us to give him our best. He don't want the latter half. We see that with Cain and Abel. Abel gave the first fruits of his sacrifice to the Most High. Cain gave whatever he had left over, and the Most High rejected it, and he didn't want it. Ak, if you want to add something, you can.
No, nothing to add, King.
Khan, all praises. So, I'm gonna ask a question, and if nobody gets it, I'll let you attempt to answer it also. So, why did the kidneys need to be burned in the offering, y'all? Why did the kidneys need to also be burned? What's the point? What's the reason? What do you see when you read the text that gives you indication of a why the kidneys had to be burned also? And I'll read verses 4 and 5 while I give a little time to see if anybody gets that. So in verse 4 and 5, it says, and the two kidneys and the fat that is on them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver, with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And Aaron's son shall burn it on the altar upon the burnt sacrifice, which is upon the wood that is on the fire. It is an offering made by fire of a sweet savor unto Yahweh. And let's see, we got one answer in the chat. Sister Wendy said fat. It wouldn't be the fat. That's a good answer. That you know, y'all are referring to the fat, but it's a little deeper than that. It's a little more to it. The fat, of course, like it says, they would have had the fat that was around it had to be put in the fire also. So, Brother Wendell Johnson said because the kidneys are set apart, and he didn't write that on. He probably not able to comment on the stream. He messaged it to me. That's not the answer either. But I'm gonna give you a chance and see if you get it.
So that's actually a interesting question. And from what I see in the Hebrew, when you look at the word for kidneys right there, it seems to represent the seat of the deepest or like inner emotion. So it will be a significant part of the respective animal being sacrificed. Um, and I think in Leviticus it says that I believe it says that all of these things belong to the Lord. And so coming off of the previous point when it said spoke about the fat or the choices, not that the kidney itself would be particularly fat, but where the intellect or the intelligence sits at, that would also be indicative of something that's um, of value and of importance to the Most High, because this is where, figuratively speaking, the the intelligence or the emotion sits at. So I would that's what I would posit.
And that's a big part of it also. But I'm gonna ask one question, y'all. What is the function of the kidney? There we go, Sister Diamond. I was thinking medical wise, since kidney filter things out. Yeah, kidneys filter the blood, and the blood was also supposed to be a part of the sacrifice. So yeah, all praise to the Most High. Beautiful answer, Aaron and Sister Diamond. Con, all praise to the Most High. So, Ak, you want to add anything to that? I know you probably didn't think about that.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. And yeah, no, that's an excellent point. Yeah, that's very insightful, and all praise to the Most High.
Con, all praise to the Most High. So, I guess we can continue going. So let's get Leviticus 3 verses 6 through 8.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 3, starting at verse 6. And if his offering be a sacrifice of peace offering unto the Lord, be of the flock, male or female, he shall offer it without blemish. If he offer a lamb for his offering, then shall he offer it before the Lord, and he shall lay his hand upon the head of his offering and kill it before the tabernacle of the congregation, and Aaron's sons shall sprinkle the blood thereof round about upon the altar.
Con. So this is something we dealt with in Leviticus chapter 1, is that we perform or kill our own sacrifice in these times. We had to perform or kill our own sacrifice. Nobody could do that work for you. You had to put your hand on the head, like it tells us in the law, and kill that sacrifice. And then the only way that you would receive help was the priest actually stepping in and presenting this offering to the Most High on your behalf. Now, if you bring a blemish offering, the priest has nothing to do with that. They're going to give what you gave them to the Most High. You're going to send it up. You're going to offer it up. And when it's not accepted or it's accepted, that's on the person who actually presented this sacrifice to the Father, or brought the sacrifice to the Father, not presented, because the priest will step up and present it. So when we look at how, like, we pray for other people, you can go and pray to the Most High for someone, but that's not to say the Most High gonna hear that prayer. It may not have anything to do with you and your standing with the Most High, but what about that person standing with the Most High? So, we can intercede on others' behalf and try to intercede, but at the end of the day, the Most High has the last say so, because it's the person's responsibility who is actually offering up whatever type of sacrifice it is they're offering for the Most High to receive it. They have to make sure it's pure. Let's get Isaiah 1 and give me verses 11 through 17.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 1, starting at verse 11. To what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me, saith the Lord? I am full of the burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fat beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks, or of lambs, or of he goats. When ye come to appear before me, who hath required this at your hand, to tread my courts? Bring no more vain oblations. Incense is an abomination unto me. The new moons and Sabbaths, the calling of assemblies, I cannot away with. It is iniquity, even the solemn meeting. Your new moons and your appointed feasts, my soul hateth. They are a trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them. And when ye spread forth your hands, I will hide mine eyes from you. Yea, when ye make many prayers, I will not hear. Your hands are full of blood. Wash you, make you clean. Put away the evil of your doings from before mine eyes. Cease to do evil. Learn to do well. Seek judgment. Relieve the oppressed. Judge the fatherless. Plead for the widow.
God, all praise to the Most High. We know and understand that obedience is better than sacrifice. The Most High don't want to sacrifice if we haven't cleansed our ways, and that's what it's showing us in Isaiah chapter 1. It says, to what purpose is the multitude of your sacrifices unto me, saith the Lord? I am full of the burnt offerings of rams and the fat of fed beasts, and I delight not in the blood of bullocks or of lambs or of he goats. Because the whole point, the Most High didn't never really want sacrifices. Sacrifices came into play later on, but they were also foreshadowing us understanding that when we brought that he goat or we brought that cattle, whatever it was, to the Most High, that it being unblemished was symbolic of what he wanted to see from us. He wanted us to be unblemished. He didn't want us to have to bring sacrifice for sin offerings. He wanted us to be clean, to be pure. So it says in verse 14, your new moons and your appointed feasts my soul hateth. They are a trouble unto me. I am weary to bear them. So understanding that keeping the new moons and keeping the appointed feasts, these were laws, right? The Most High is saying he hates that people are trying to keep these. Why? Because they're offending the law in other ways. So it's pointless if you're not doing these things and you're doing these things and you're thinking it's enough. The Most High wants total sacrifice. He wants complete and total praise. Ak, if you want to add something, you can.
No, that's an excellent point. Yeah, and that's why I always like to go to the scripture, pull it up in the Net Bible. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 66. And I start from the top and put it up on the screen. It says, this is what the Lord says. The heavens are my throne, and the earth is my footstool. Where then is the house you will build for me? Where is the place where I will rest? My hand made them. That is how they came to be, says the Lord. I show special favor to the humble and contrite, who respect what I have to say. The one who slaughters a bull also strikes down a man. The one who sacrifices a lamb also breaks a dog's neck. The one who presents an offering includes pig's blood with it. The one who offers incense also praises an idol. They have decided to behave this way. They enjoy these disgusting practices. So I will choose severe punishment for them. I will bring on them what they dread, because I called and no one responded. I spoke and they did not listen. They did evil before me. They chose to do what displeases me. And mind you, the Most High, he mentioned things that are listed in the law as far as sacrificing, but he also mentions things that are listed as prohibitations in the law, as far as, offering a sacrifice with pig's blood, so on and so forth. But the point is the particular spirit and posture that people are doing things in. And so, as the brother mentioned, the Most High, he wants you to do these things with the correct mind and the correct spirit, versus you being insincere and you trying to come before the Most High. And I know this is like a Torah portion or a law class, but like the Apostle Paul, who is a master of the law as well, he harps on this particular point as far as making sure that we're being a living sacrifice and being acceptable before the Most High and doing the will of the Most High. You know, so I just wanted to add that point on to what you said, King. But you got it.
Con, all praises. And a beautiful comment about Brother Dewar. In fact, if you bring an offering with blemish, the priest would have inspected it and not even offered according to Leviticus 22:20. Con. Because like if you would have bring a lamb with a broken leg to the priest. Priest gonna look at you like you crazy and say, man, you must be tripping. I ain't finna offer it up. But yeah, all praise to the Most High.
Matter of fact, I believe Malachi it details that, like early on in the book of Malachi.
Con. We can go there too, Ak, if you can find it real quick too.
Con. Con.
Sent probably in Malachi 1.
Yeah, it might be Malachi 1. But yeah, it details that, and the Most High is emphatically not pleased. In Malachi 1, I believe is, let me start around like 13. It says, ye said also, oh, let me put it on the screen, Salaki. It says, ye said also, behold, what a weariness is it, and ye have snuffed at it, saith the Lord of hosts, and ye brought that which was torn, and the lame, and the sick. Thus ye brought an offering. Should I accept this of your hand, saith the Lord? But cursed be the deceiver, which hath in his flock a male, and voweth, and sacrificeth unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith the Lord of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen.
God, all praises. So like even if it did get past the priest, you ain't getting past the Most High. Like the priest, maybe something would escape his attention and he didn't realize it, that something was wrong. There was a defect and he offered it. The Most High still ain't going to accept it. He's going to know that it's not a perfect offering. I'll give you Proverbs 1:28 through 31.
28 through 31.
Con.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 1, starting at verse 28. Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. They were none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way and be filled with their own devices.
Con. So it says in verse 28, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord. So if we voluntarily decide we're not going to keep the Most High's commandments, and we know we're doing wrong, the Most High is not going to deal with us. He's not going to hear our prayer. And we're also, like it says in verse 31, going to eat the fruit of our own way and be filled with our own devices. So the Most High will allow us to destroy ourselves. He'll allow us to hurt ourselves to the point of no return where we can be destroyed. Let's get back to Leviticus 3.
Come on.
And let's read verses 9 through 11.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 3, starting at verse 9. And he shall offer of the sacrifice of the peace offering an offering made by fire unto the Lord. The fat thereof and the whole rump it shall he take off hard by the backbone, and the fat that covereth the inwards, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the two kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver, with the kidneys it shall he take away, and the priest shall burn it upon the altar. It is the food of the offering made by fire unto the Lord.
So verse 11 describes it as the food of the offering made by fire unto the Lord. So the Most High, he specified what he wants. The rest of it is for the people. The rest of it can be divvied out to the priest also. He wants what he wants from the sacrifice or from the animal. And Ak, if you want to add something, you can.
No, nothing to add, King. It was excellent class thus far.
Con, all praises. So let's read verses 12 through 17. Let's read the last verses of Leviticus 3.
God, it's the book of Leviticus, chapter 3, beginning at verse 12. It says, and if his offering be a goat, then he shall offer it before the Lord, and he shall lay his hand upon the head of it, and kill it before the tabernacle of the congregation. And the sons of Aaron shall sprinkle the blood thereof upon the altar round about, and he shall offer thereof his offering, even an offering made by fire unto the Lord, the fat that covereth the inward, and all the fat that is upon the inwards, and the two kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, which is by the flanks, and the caul above the liver, with the kidneys, it shall he take away. And the priest shall burn them upon the altar. It is the food of the offering made by fire for a sweet savor. All the fat is the Lord's, and it shall be a perpetual statute for your generations throughout all your dwellings, that ye may neither as Salakia, that ye eat neither fat nor blood.
Con. The fat and the blood is for the Most High. And looking at verse 17, it says, it shall be a perpetual state for your generations throughout all your dwellings, that you eat neither fat nor blood. So this shows that regardless of if we're not doing sacrifices anymore, in all our dwellings, we're not just supposed to eat fat or blood in general. So that's till this day. We don't dabble in that. That's not food for us. Let's get Leviticus 17, 10 through 14.
This is the book of Leviticus chapter 17, beginning at verse 10. And whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, that eateth any manner of blood, I will even set my face against that soul that eateth blood, and will cut him from among his people. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls. For it is the blood that maketh an atonement for the soul. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, no soul of you shall eat blood, neither shall any stranger that sojourneth among you eat blood. And whatsoever man there be of the children of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, which haunteth and catcheth any beast, Salakia, any beast or fowl that may be eaten, he shall even pour out the blood thereof, and cover it with dust. For it is the life of all flesh. The blood of it is for the life thereof. Therefore I said unto the children of Israel, ye shall eat the blood of no manner of flesh. For the life of all flesh is the blood thereof. Whosoever eateth it shall be cut off.
Con, all praises. So, people, a lot of people, I'll say most Edomites love steaks that got blood in it. You got some, so even some Jake. You even got some of our brothers and sisters that like steaks with blood in it. But the Most High says, whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, that eat of any manner of blood, I will even set my face against that soul that eateth blood, and will cut him off from among his people. For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls. For it is the blood that maketh an atonement for the soul. So that's the whole point of the spilling of the blood of an animal. It's supposed to be offered for the Most High when there were offerings being done. Now, till this day, we just don't eat the blood because it says that the life is in the blood. We don't want to take the life of someone else and put it inside of us. We want to have that pure depth, pure salaki, that pure life. Con. And yeah, you can touch on that also if you want to. I would say yes.
I was thinking about the pure breath.
Oh Lord.
Hey, real quick, I want to ask a question to the audience, if anybody can give an answer to it. Because I think this is always interesting when you read in the Torah, you read about like the penalty for certain things, and it says you shall be cut off from the people, or you shall be cut off. Is being cut off in reference to being put to death or being exiled? And y'all gonna take a few moments to give an answer for it, because I want to see what people have on it, and then I'll speak to it also.
And I'm gonna play something just to give them a little time.
Okay.
Ain't no free will, it's all predestinated. From every death to every child brought forth through copulation. From the spouse that you choose to your current occupation, you either receive mercy or your hour's indignation. I can recollect on times that I could have been dead. Caught lacking, no strap, I had a knife instead. Played it cool, he wanted to kill me for how I used to move. Had to match his energy, portrayed that I was strapped too. But inside I'm praying to God, hoping he don't shoot. Still I'm whooping, telling him I know what he won't do.
There we go.
Con. We got some answers. I'll praise to the Most High. Let's see what we got. So we got one answer. We see exiled. Then the next, we see exiled, but you might as well be put to death at that point if you're disconnected from the Father. These are really good answers. And I had a conversation with a really intelligent brother, a brother that I respect. And he said a similar thing. But I want to show y'all something. Because many times when you see in the Bible, specifically in the Torah, the penalty of being cut off, it actually references being put to death.
All right.
When you look at this word for cut right here, it's the root word karath. Very interesting word. It's a verb, and it literally means to cut or to cut down. I believe this is in the Hefil stem, which is causative in its function. And I want y'all to look at this. Jacinius Chaldee Lexicon has a really interesting point on it, and we see this nuance in Exodus 31 when it speaks about the Sabbath. You'll be cut off, things like that. It uses the same word, same verbiage, so on and so forth. But I want to show y'all this real quick. Then I'm gonna pass it back to you, my brother. But when you look right here at the Jacinius Chaldee Lexicon, I'm gonna scroll. It's like towards the bottom. Yep, and it says, and it gives some other references, but Leviticus, gives Leviticus. Let me scroll down, because it gives the exact verse. 17. Hold on. Actually, I'm gonna blow this up. Not blow it up, but zoom out. So I got more space on the screen. Is this still able to be seen, by the way?
Yes, sir.
Con. So when we look right here, the Hefil stem, it says call number 2, to kill, destroy men. Leviticus 17:10. And that's the context that we were just reading. And the judgment was to be cut off. And so in this context, this would be in reference to someone actually being killed versus someone being exiled. But to be fair, that particular word in certain contexts, it can refer to exiling. It gives examples like that in the book of Isaiah and Zechariah and things of the sort. And there are even maybe like a few times within the Torah, it refers to exiling, but oftentimes it's in reference to the capital punishment, which would result in your death. So I'll pass it back to you, good brother.
And I definitely agree. You do have to kind of look at it a little harder when you see cut off, because every time I see it, it makes me, okay, is this talking about death, or is this talking about being separated? But sometimes it is just exile. But all praise to the Most High. I don't think I have anything else, y'all. I think that was pretty much it. Yeah, it wasn't too much more I needed to add to that. It was a lot of covering the things we went over in Leviticus 1. So if y'all got any questions or anything to comment, you can do so before we close it out. If you got anything else you want to add or announce or anything, you can do so.
I mean, only thing I would announce is I'm on TikTok. Um, if y'all are able to, I'm gonna put my the link for my TikTok in the chat. You know, I'm trying to grow on there. I'm gonna be posting like short clips on there, stuff that's on YouTube, stuff that's not on YouTube. Um, so if y'all are able to, make sure to follow me up on there, trying to build that um that account up. And also I see in the chat, Peculiar Apparel said, can we go into the word for fat?
He probably was a little late.
Oh, okay, con.
That was at the beginning. I went into it a little bit. We can get it again though.
Con. But now that's all I got to add. Excellent class, King.
All praise to the Most High. Yeah, we can grab that form in the Hebrew out the fat.
Con. That was in 3, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Con. So this is H2459. It's Chelev, and it's a masculine noun, and it says fat of humans, of beasts, choices, best part, abundance of products of the land. And then it says for the definition, fat, whether literally or figuratively, hence the richest or choicest part. Then it says best, fat or fatness, finest, grease, marrow.
All praises. Was that enough of going into it, or you were looking for something specific? Sis, I'm pretty sure that's though.
Yeah, I think so.
Say it is that we can't eat. What would you say it is that we can't eat? As far as with the fat, I say anything with fat on it. I mean, of course, there's gonna be certain things like certain meats that will still have some type of fat on it. But if there's noticeable fat, we ain't just gonna eat the fat, you know. I think that's probably the best way I can explain that. What would you say?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think like when you jump into like certain nuances, it's probably it probably could be like a like maybe a lengthy study to, I guess, ground what would determine fat on this particular slice of meat or whatever the case is. But on the surface, because I think what we read in Leviticus 7 a little bit earlier, I think that was like 7:23. Um, let me see something. Yeah, 7 and I think it was 7:23 when it said not to eat the fat of any animal. I would yeah, I would definitely suggest like a I guess a grounding on what fat is, um based on the context of the animal, but based on what we see in the Hebrew right there would be uh I guess the finest part, or the like they classified as the greasiest part or whatever the case is, or the choicest part. But I think when you look at deeper lexicons, like you have the halot, it gets a little bit more extensive with that particular word and the usage of it. So I would say just in general the fat and what you would classify it as. But if you want to go a little bit deeper, I would say look at a deeper lexicon, and also you can consult what the scholars say on it as well. But that's why I always speak to it.
God, all praise to the Most High. All praises. I don't think I have anything else. Y'all got anything else y'all want to add? Brother, Wendell Johnson said Leviticus 17:11 is the center point of the Torah. If you go forward from Genesis 1:1 and backwards from Deuteronomy 34:12, you come to Leviticus 17:11. It's the central message in the scripture that the blood cleanses us. That's interesting. All praises. But yeah, that's
fascinating.
Yeah, that is. But all praise to the Most High. I don't have anything else. If you don't have anything else, you can close us out and take us out of here.
Can't we close it out with number 6 and 24 on down. Yahweh bless thee and keep thee. Yahweh make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Yahweh lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. And they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them. With that, I'll say peace and shalom.
Shalom, family. Shalom.
If it ain't in your then it definitely ain't in mine. If it ain't in your will, then it definitely ain't in mine. Can't let your feelings dictate the actions. Our human nature have us prone to get easily distracted. Your attempt is only as good as what you practice. If you a practitioner of sin, homie, you a bastard. It take obedience and faith to be a child of God. Confess with your mouth and not with works, that's what we call a fraud. Get on the narrow path, cause destruction is on the broad. Even then, watch for the hook, gotta keep up your guard. How you be quoting the Lord's prayer but don't submit to God? How you think you gon' get the kingdom if you don't play your part? How you gon' comprehend the light while living in the dark? How you gon' choose what's wrong or right if you don't study his law? If it ain't in your will for me, don't want anybody's laws and ways constantly be on my mind. Definitely ain't in mine. Don't want anybody's laws and ways constantly be on my mind. Constantly